A lot of people don't know this, but we spent most of our childhood in cowboy country.
So when our close family friend's ranch needed an update, we jumped at the chance to head out west and get it done.
We're going to relive childhood memories.
Oh, yeah!
And make some brand new ones along the way.
Hooey! I think these fit me just right. Is it worth it? High five the camera. Bringing down the house. There we go. It's different than a city renovation. This is going to be like nothing you've seen us do before.
We've got just 10 weeks to overhaul this entire ranch property.
That is not good.
We may not be able to do this at all. That sucks.
This is not glamorous work.
If you like our big city renovations, well, giddy up, because you ain't seen nothing yet.
Never do that again.
This is Property Brothers Gone Country. We're taking it back to our roots. We're the Property Brothers at home on the ranch.
And good walk.
When Jonathan and I were kids, Dad worked as a rancher, so he was a real cowboy. And we spent a lot of time out here in the country. Friends of the family, Rosemary and Tommy, own a working ranch just a short drive away from where we grew up. This property is located in the foothills of the Rockies in some gorgeous countryside.
The traditional log structures have some great bones to work with, but are in need of a little TLC. With an outdated main house, underused outdoor spaces, a tired ranch hand's cabin, and a worn-out barn, this is a big job, and we've got to get it all done before Rosemary and Tommy get back from their anniversary vacation.
This really is all about coming home. We've moved around a lot over our lives. We've lived in a lot of places, but the West, the Rockies, the ranch life, this really feels like home. We were essentially raised by a cowboy and a cowgirl, and we grew up, and it was all about camping and horseback riding and fishing and all these things that just created the perfect memories. Yeah! Cowboy memories. Why did you do that? That's what I was having a moment. I was having a moment. Every time that ruins it. Nobody says yeehaw. Should I yodel? Don't yodel. The story of my life is waiting for Drew. It doesn't matter if it's for dinner or for work or meeting family. I'm always waiting for Drew. I look like a grumpy old man on the porch. He claims I take forever to do my hair. Forget that. 5 minutes, I'm done. It's always Drew. You can tell me it was rush hour, because rush hour out here is like a dude on a horse and a couple cows. I'm not late. I just showed up exactly when I planned to. It's the country. It's a slower pace. Time. This has not changed in the last 20 years. It hasn't. And I love the old sled in the States and stuff, but this could use a little help. Yeah, we'll give it some love. Inside, that's where all the work has to happen. Oh, even the door sticks. Wow. The second you walk through the front door, you're bombarded by cowboy knickknacks, memorabilia. It feels more like a museum than it does a house. They need to freshen this up a little bit. Yeah. I would want to take the rocking chair in. Oh, son, will you... Ah! Did you see that? Hey, I have the... Son of a... Don't hit me with that stuff. I'll ram you with this. Come on, I'm Jonathan's brother. It's my job to whip him into shape. Don't hurt me. Why don't you walk over there? See how good it feels. Hey. This is going to be a challenge. I mean, you wouldn't want to get rid of the log cabin field. I mean, these are all antique guns up here. That'll be the family having won different shooting competitions, so I do feel they need bigger area rugs. Something like this is perfect. This is one of my favorite pieces, and there's so much history. Every single one of these belt buckles is a championship from a rodeo somewhere around the country. If it's shiny, Drew likey. Whether it's an old belt buckle or an old shotgun, there's something that's a history piece for this family. I want to make sure this house feels fresh, it feels new, but we still have to pay tribute to what this family has. Okay, this is one of the biggest things. This window is so low, and you can't see the Rockies from here. That's supposed to be your view. The only way to actually get the view is to come down here. This window should go all the way up, so you actually have a full unobstructed view. Okay, this is where the majority of the work is going to start to happen. Right now, it is so closed off from the dining room through to the kitchen that I want to blow out these walls. I want to brighten all this up. We definitely have to do something about that cramped little bathroom, but the biggest transformation is going to be in the kitchen. Losing that wall so you can actually see through the dining room. We're going to open this space up to connect the kitchen with the dining room. That'll give the main floor so much needed flow and plenty of space to install a larger island for Rosemary. I know exactly what Dad would say right now if we're complaining about the kitchen. Quit your belly aching. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. Before we start tearing this place apart, we're packing everything up and moving it into storage. At least that's what Drew thinks we're doing. Totally ready. I'm ready this time to do the work, and there's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of history, knickknacks, memorabilia. We have to be very careful. I have your back this time, because I already came up with a plan. I took care of everything to do with the moving. You don't have to lift a finger. Why? What did you do? Nice! I was thinking it was going to take me days and days to pack this house up, but Jonathan finally did something for me. He got some movers to come in and take care of all that hassle. So as
pretty well empty. It's good in here. It does. And I found someone we can donate the cabinets to, so we have to be careful taking them down.
These aren't the ones that pop off easy.
No, it's going to be a bit of work, but it'll be worth it. Do not lose the screws, because you always just let screws go flying everywhere.
I don't lose my screws. You lost your screws. Never mind.
Yeah, that was a good one. Good one, yeah, good one.
Drew never gets the sayings right. Make it all out of the way. Oh, hello.
Brandon Dog, you can come and help us? Life on a ranch. Just wildlife everywhere.
All right, give it a little tug. Hey, what happened to not losing screws?
It's a much bigger challenge removing cabinets when you're trying not to damage them. They were installed to stay.
We're prying at them. We're pulling at them. We're trying to unscrew them. Oh, my God. Some of the cabinets got damaged, but the rest we will donate.
Can't salvage this cabinet.
Doing something big over there.
The kitchen is too cramped, and this wall has to come down. Of all the layout changes we're doing in here, this is what's going to make the biggest difference.
Okay, come over here.
I don't want to smash the light. There's a lot more going through here than I thought.
Oh, wow.
We may not be able to do this at all. That sucks.
We're out west overhauling an entire ranch for family friends Rosemary and Tommy. And we just found some big problems in their kitchen.
I knew we were going to be dealing with some pipes, and I knew we were going to deal with some electrical, but I didn't realize we were going to have this nest of ductwork and everything in there. Actually, you know what else? I can see the joists terminate on this wall, so that means that this whole box here is load-bearing. This whole stupid box all the way around.
So if we actually knock that out right now, we're going to knock down the whole upper level.
And the roof. If it was just one pipe or two that I was dealing with, I could easily correct that, but I'm dealing with 2 vents, 2 chimneys, and a ton of water and electrical.
We're reconfiguring upstairs, so in reality, we're going to have everything open. We can still push it over if we want to.
Just like that.
Just like that. Where you see a problem, I see a challenge. Oh, you're a challenger. Hey, whoa! Oh, man.
So that must be...
Ah, Drew! Oh, you walked right under where I'm working.
Yeah, this is this. So, the beam is that small. For this span, there's no way that's all they would do for a beam. We're not just dealing with one problem, we're dealing with 2. This should be at least 3-ply or maybe even a steel beam. I was hoping we could use the beam that's in here and just move it up inside the ceiling space.
So what are we going to do?
I don't know. I'm going to have the engineer come and look at it, the HVAC guy come and look at it.
The clock is ticking, but at least we can gut the rest of the space. We've got 9 weeks until Tommy and Rosemary get back from their anniversary trip, so we need good news from the experts.
I don't even know if this beam is rated just as, what is it, a 2-ply? Yeah, it is, it's 2-ply. To me, it seems like that's a long span just to do a 2-ply, and Drew even pointed out.
Yeah, right on top of that, too. You have your supporting beam right over top of a doorway here. There's definitely no support underneath that.
That's a big no-no.
I think there have been a lot of adaptations to this house over the years when people have been doing renovations and whatnot, and, you know, even looking out here, I don't want the ductwork right here. I want to have this nice and smooth.
Well, basically putting in a steel beam from the bearing post right here. You can get a nice flush ceiling through there.
But we'll have some air ducts that need to go through, so the beam will be cut and flanged so that you can transition right through that beam, along with the length of the beam that is actually 10 or so feet longer.
So a wood beam would have to end up being like this, whereas a steel beam, it can be smaller and span further.
That's right.
And so what would we tie that into?
We're planning to put in a steel beam across perpendicular to this one. It'll catch the end of it.
It's going to cost a lot more money to have these 2 steel beams, but it is going to be so much more worth it because I won't have to have nasty bulkheads or anything that's obstructing the design.
Now that the wheels are turning on the beam, we can get started working on the living room window.
Drew wanted to have one big window in there that goes up an extra foot and a half.
Hey, Drew?
Yes? We are going to make a change that you may not like. Ah, shoot. The wood split. Oh, well.
But we're not keeping it, so it doesn't matter.
No, I wanted to reuse this to frame it because I don't think we're going to take this window out.
Well, we're putting a bigger window, and that's too short.
The problem is if we just do one big window, the highest we can go, because we still have to have a header across to carry the load of the roof here.
The problem is my height, I can't see the mountains. Up to there, we see the mountains.
Wouldn't it be cool to have a raker window that went all the way up to the top and followed the roof line? We keep this existing window as is. We have a little break and then another window, actually 2 windows. One here, there'd be a post in the middle, and one there. So this wall would have 3 windows.
So,
Do you want to draw it on there with a pen so we can see it?
He does also like picture books. So
I get what you're saying here. I just don't like the idea of some obstruction. Is that going to save us a lot of money?
it would save us money.
Okay, that does make me feel better about it. So it's a good thing that you've kept all the original woodwork here, because then we can keep it. Oh, wait, you broke that piece.
I know.
That's coming out of your pocket, not our budget.
I figured it would anyway. So, Okay, so if it's half-inch, do we want to just zip with the saw?
There is no shortage of work to do while we wait for the beams to be delivered.
You might want to dust off.
I'm a little dusty, yeah.
But we figured while we're back home in the Rockies, let's disappear for a few hours and take in a local rodeo.
The Property Brothers, Jonathan and Drew Scott. Yeah, they come back home.
We're at the rodeo, and it's incredible because these are the barns that I was around and the rings that I rode in, and this is like me when I was a kid. I thought it was the coolest thing in a hat and 2 boots. That looks a little like me, that guy right there. Is this a new bikini? Is it? No? It's not a new, no. We literally did this every single summer when we were kids. No? Hey, Henny, how are you?
Pretty good yourself.
Good to see you. Henny was one of our first tenants on our first property. That's right. How are you? Nice to see you.
Yes.
Long time. How are you? Jonathan. So right out of our high school days, our first property that we had, Henny was one of our first tenants, and he is the perfect tenant that anyone would ever want to have. Anytime Jonathan or the rest of the gang start making noise, I'd always be like, shh, Henny's sleeping. All right, I'll show you all how it's done. But I heard it's all in the hips as well. All right, here we go. This is the one, ready? Yeah! Oh! Drew likes to think he's the best at everything in the world. Yeah, he got one lucky rope right in the very beginning. Yeah! And then downhill from there. There's a little stiff for that. Hey, there you go. There you go. I'm not a steer or anything. Do I get a prize for roping a twin? We were roping steers. We were in there blacksmithing. Is that what you call it? Blacksmithing? Sure, I'll go with that. Smithy. I became a smithy today. I'm gonna make it hard for Linda because I'm romantic. I just threw up in my mouth. Linda is my girlfriend. We've been together for many years. She's usually always around sets. She's somewhere to be seen, and maybe a little camera shy. I'm the loudmouth in the relationship. Do I hook it down, make it more heart-like? How do I do that?
Oh, just kind of bend on it.
Hold on.
That's close. You're doing great.
Oh, no, I can't get it off of there. Hold on, let's get that back. Here we go. Linda, I love you. Give her this one. Here. Yeah, let's go to this. Linda, I'm not going to let that fly. I love you.
You scared me.
I like that things are moving forward, but we're definitely stumbling in a couple places.
We are. The steel beam has proven to be a little bit of a delay.
Andrew just drops the bomb on me that this steel beam is still not ready. In fact, they had to re-engineer it, so it's going to be another week. The entire beam had to be redesigned because the post, the one support that's going down to the basement, was smack dab where the furnace is. And we can't move the furnace because that room down there is way too small. People think that I make the stuff up that happens and all the, chaos is ensuing. This is what happens. You have no control over it. Kitchen just takes the longest time because it's the most work, and usually I like to get it going early. We can't do electrical, plumbing, we can't do HVAC, we can't close up the ceiling, we can't put in the cabinets. Everything is on hold until we get that beam in. Beam in the main house is just killing us because it still has not arrived. They had to re-engineer it, so it's going to be another week. We can't get that in, then we can't do the plumbing, the ductwork, we can't board the walls or the ceiling. The entire beam had to be redesigned because the post, the one support that's going down to the basement, was smack dab where the furnace is. And we can't move the furnace because that room down there is way too small.
The only good thing about it is we now have time to work on the other projects that we have in the fleet.
There are no shortage of projects.
And there's no shortage of projects.
Tommy and Rosemary will be back in 6 weeks. Now, we may not have our beams, but we have an entire property to divide and conquer. So while Drew's off dealing with another issue, let's see what we can get done here. I can probably reach the apple cart.
You probably can.
This is the only way to do a kitchen. We'd never, ever get level off of these logs.
Oh, you can't.
Well, our water lines and our drain lines are now inside the structure, which is good.
Yes.
Also, you would never even notice that we're losing 4 inches.
No, this room is plenty big. We've taken out that wall and everything out of the center. No, it won't be noticed at all.
As long as our beam gets here one of these days.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know what I've noticed when Drew's not around? It exemplifies the code of the West. Talk less, work more.
Absolutely.
One other thing we can do while we wait is make some decor choices for the kitchen.
I'm stopping by the stone fabricator just to take a look at what we have for countertop materials, and I brought these guys around because it just makes it a lot more interesting, because I have all that knowledge about countertops. You're like Mr. Stone, right? Yeah. Yeah. We're doing a rental on a ranch property, and I know ideally they would want to go up right on top with stone.
Yeah.
However, the ranchers, and they're going to have big buffet-style meals, and
Yeah.
people slopping things over and staining stone.
So you want trouble less.
We got to do quartz.
Okay.
Granite and marble and a lot of other stone is very porous, so that's why you can have problems with staining, whereas quartz is very durable because it's a crushed quartz material mixed with pigment and then resin just to bond it all together, and then once it's done, it's zero maintenance. That is a nice stone. It's not like a letter from Santa. You can't see through the stone. It's real. Hold on. What does that do? Hold on. Yeah, hollow. Good bones. Good bones. Yeah.
It's got kind of a bit of a creamier tone to it, which is going to go over well with the homeowners because they don't like stuff that's too modern, too stark.
Yeah, I think this will look great.
Yeah, I think this is perfect.
I hate to call Rosemary while she's on vacation, but I've got to figure out if she's okay to change the plan for the living room window.
Because once I order these windows, they're custom, there's no going back. Hey, Rosemary, it's Jonathan. How are you? Going good. Yeah. If you might be a little scared if you walk in, but we're going to rebuild soon. Just a quick question for you in regards to that west-facing window. That window's so low that you can't even see the mountains unless you're sitting down on the sofa. But wouldn't it be cool if you could see not just the mountains, but also the sky as well? What if we did like a raker window going right up to the peak? So we would have 2 rakers up top. We would have the big square one. Actually, it would save us money because we could keep the existing window. Really? You don't like that?
I honestly thought Rosemary would go for the raker window idea, but it's her reno and her call.
You don't like that? You win some and you lose some. And this one I have lost. I'll go back to the original plan. Working with a family friend is very different than working with regular clients because you have to continue seeing them after this. So you will disagree on some things, but at the end of the day, I want them to be happy because if I'm coming back over for a barbecue or something, I don't want that to constantly come up for the next 20 years. Well, you wanted to put in this window, and I don't like it.
Raker window or not, this new one's going to be bigger, better, more energy efficient, and of course, it'll show off the Rockies when the fog clears.
There wasn't really any finished gate here. They've got a little gate off to the side for the cattle. Then they've got the cattle guard because you don't want the cattle running through here. But there's no real entrance to this ranch. I want something that's impressive, it's rustic and beautiful, and people will know this is the Buse Ranch.
Well, right now, that's what they have right now. It's a cool little design, but we want to have something nice and big and impressive right here.
So we've had to bring in special equipment so we can pull the top off here, dig the new holes, and get the whole new gate put in.
My nickname is Special Equipment. I got this.
I don't know what he talks about half the time.
This is disgusting out here. It's cold, it's wet, but we have to get this done, so there's no other choice than to sit here and whine about it.
Oh, yeah. It's come right out. All right. If you could lift this out without the aid of any tools.
I'm always up for a challenge. Yeah, I got this. I give up.
You want me to show you how it's done?
With a machine?
Yeah, with the machine.
Look at that. Do you think you could paper cuss this?
Not a chance.
I'm getting out of here.
I have a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Seeing as you love pop-up books.
When Jonathan and I were kids, my parents would get new appliances, and we would take the box, and we would make things out of the cardboard box. It is literally to the end here. And this is going to be... I think this is Jonathan's adult way of still doing the same thing. Was it a waste of time? No, not at all.
That is our kitchen.
How long did it take you to sketch these out?
Semantics, doesn't matter.
What does matter is that when Tommy and Rosemary come back, they're going to be blown away by the new open concept layout, all the storage, and especially the big new island.
Actually, I have a better idea for use your time. Lay down here for 1 sec. I want to try something. I want to make a taco brother.
No, I'm not going inside.
No, lay down. Lay down. Make a taco brother.
Yeah, roll that way.
All right. I'll come back and get you in a little while.
It's actually kind of comfortable in here. I'm going to have a little nap. I'll see you in a bit. Let me know when you finish your cardboard bathroom. I'll come check that out, too. I am beaming because of the new beam in the kitchen. You see how I did that? That's pretty good. Amazing. Now, should I never do that again? Okay. All right, I won't. Finally! It's been a long wait, but the beam has arrived. There were quite a few struggles during the installation because they're so huge. So we slid the one beam in place, and then before the other one could get in, we actually had to open up the subfloor up above. The sheeting had to be cut because we had to move the beam up into that master suite to take it down into place for the ceilings. This looks so much better. Look at all the height for us tall guys.
Wow. How much does this beam weigh?
We figured it's about 800 pounds. That's before LVL, so it's probably more like 1,000 by the time it's on it.
That's crazy.
It looks so great. Everything is so open. This is going to have the impact that I want for the new kitchen. It's amazing. We have almost 40 feet of steel I-beam to open this whole space up. This is probably the largest residential beam work I've ever done. It is a lot of work, more work than a lot of people would do. However, if you want the best end result, this is what you have to do.
Well, my question is, if the beam's in and we're ready to go, what are you guys standing around waiting for?
We're working.
Tommy and Rosemary are back in just 4 weeks, so it's time to go full throttle on the main floor.
The HVAC is in, the electricians are here, and we're putting the wiring right through the beam as promised.
I have framed up the bathroom and the closet for this area. Had to make a couple changes. One of them being, bear with me.
Is this laundry?
Laundry.
Why?
Rosemary wants it. She said she hates having to go all the way down to the basement from the upper level to do her laundry, and they'll still have the two-piece bathroom at the back.
So are you going to do a stacker right here, or what are you doing?
No, I'm going to do side by side. She prefers that, and then I'll do cabinets up top here.
I think that's good. If this is what she wants, this is what she gets. Good stuff.
She'll be happy.
The weather's nice right now, but out here in the Rockies, the seasons change fast, so we better make room for the new wood stove.
Well, what's our concern, though, with taking this out? Any of this, we have to keep it?
I don't want this. I want the chimney for the cylinder to go flush all the way to the ceiling.
Normally, I would have updated this rock facade, but Rosemary really wanted to keep it. And that's okay. We can clean it up and make it look beautiful.
This I do not want to keep.
I think it'll slide.
Will it slide?
Slowly pull? Yeah, it's not that bad. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, pop it. You can take it right. Oh, it's connected on the bottom as well. What's that for?
Fresh air intake.
Somebody connected plastic dryer vent. Think about it. Extremely hot fireplace, plastic vent. Not to code. That is not good. What is it? All right, serious work, serious work. What's the concern?
I can see it all the way up. It's pretty dirty. It needs to be cleaned anyway, but...
Yeah.
All
So
right.
look under one more time.
Yeah, smack your face.
See if you can... No, see, we're trying to save those. I mean, already it looks a lot better just because it's not so heavy up top. Oh, that was a close call. There's one area you don't want to hit. There's nothing there to be worried about. All right. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, the damage to the wood right there.
Yeah, that's so good.
We want to put a more modern fireplace in here, but the old one, it's just not cooperating.
We're trying to save those. All right. Oh, my goodness. So that's all, obviously, from a leak in the chimney. That's all smoke damage. At some point, there was a pipe that was detached to the chimney, and all that smoke was just feeding into the home. That's dangerous because, one, you're putting carbon monoxide in the house, and two, you can start a fire. That's not good, though. It's going to take a little bit more work is patching this up and cleaning this up so that we can have it nice and clean all the way up. But we'll put a new collar. As soon as the new collar's in, then we can remove this.
One of the best parts of this job is that JD is in town a lot to visit our parents. He just stopped by. We're going to give him a little tour.
This is different. We didn't have this raw, open concept before. Knowing how big Tom and Rosemary's family is and everybody always coming over and having the big meals, what do you think is the most important thing in the kitchen to have?
A nice big table.
Well, or the island. I'm doing so close, not quite. I'm doing a 12-foot island, so there's seating all across the back.
You know, that's an important part of our family, too. Everyone hangs out. We're busy, 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 but, you know.
The main reason we wanted to spend a lot of time in the kitchen is because, just like our family, every ranch family has this as the heart of the home. It's going to look amazing.
The living room is going to be night and day. You remember what it was like before, right? All cluttered.
All sorts of knickknacks and paddywhacks.
Give the dog a bone.
There's so much room in here, too. It's like a dance floor.
It is like a dance floor. In fact, I want to see you dance. Jonathan and I, growing up, always made fun of JD because he had one way of dancing.
How's it go?
Okay, all right. I mean, they both do this, but I don't actually dance
Let's
like
see
that.
it. Let's dance like that.
Do it.
How do you dance?
Well, now I'm kind of like, you know...
I feel like sometimes we just take over the conversation, so JD can't even get a word in edgewise.
I know what you're talking about. I have no problem with somebody trying to get a word in edgewise when I'm trying to talk because I'm very good with other people and
Sometimes you have to
communicating
let
all the time.
This is my life.
We're on the road a lot working on other shows, so we just can't be here every day. Lucky for us, we have a great team of trades helping us out because this is a huge reno and we've got a lot to do in just 3 weeks.
I have good news and I have good news. What do you want?
Well, let's go for the good news.
We have our inspections approved. We are ready to board. The only thing that could possibly slow us down at this point is if you suck at drywalling.
No, I'm good. I love drywalling. I'm actually really good at it. So boarding, that's my forte. Being boring, that's Jonathan's forte. Boom, boom, use that.
Now that we have the beam in and the HVAC all run, it's going to start to go really fast. In fact, we'll have these boards done in no time. With the ceiling completely finished, we can start mudding by the end of the day.
You mainly mean we're going to be done in no time because you got me doing all the drilling, right?
Okay. See how these ones are at this height? That's too big of a gap, so now we'd have to do another one in the middle.
I'm so picky with my screw
What are you working on? I want to make it a hanging treatment for when you first walk in, because this is cool. I love, and everything from, like these little ones are from back in the 30s. Was this 1935? These are the ones from the 40s, 50s. At what point did they turn into gigantic buckles?
Oh, what you don't realize is back in the 30s, cowboys were a lot smaller.
Yeah, or they just, had dress belts.
Yeah,
So what I want to do is I want to pull out the old felt that's in behind there, and I want to do a really nice leather, and then I'll attach all of the buckles to it so that when they're upright, they won't all slide off. They'll actually be pinned to the leather, so they're not going to move at all.
This looks like one that Dad got us when we were younger, except for it didn't say champion on it. Do I look like a champion rodeo guy?
Stand by, I'm shooting it. All right, there, look at that. Woo! I would like to point out that my champion buckle is bigger than Jonathan's champion buckle.
Because he's compensating for something.
Shut it. Hey, bring it back. You give me a hard time for taking off with him.
We're going outside to get this west window in.
By we going outside, he means he's going outside and I'm staying in the warm. Get out there.
He's a wimp.
That's my happy I'm warm dance.
This is going to be somewhat miserable.
These are the days when I like construction just a little bit less because it is cold outside, it's raining. They have a saying here in the Rockies, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. One down. Okay, that's... Drew just killed one of Rosemary's plants. It's fine. I didn't think removing the middle nail was going to take the whole thing down. You don't know your own strength. Because we get really bad weather here, you have to make sure windows are installed properly. So we've got the building wrap coming around, steel going all the way around the bottom, and then once the window's in here, it's going to be a much better thermal barrier than the old one that was here before. I want to get this window up fast. Andrew and I are getting cold.
He thinks I'm joking.
Oh my gosh. If we actually smashed that window, we would be screwed. We would not be able to get a replacement for that in time. Gosh, careful. Just put it down for 1 sec. Watch that rock. Ooh.
Got to be finished this job in just 2 weeks, so our margin of error, it's gone.
Careful. Just put it down for 1 sec. Watch that rock. If we break this, we're screwed. 1, 2, 3. Ready? I'm going to take my fingers in.
All right, that's good.
Do it. Good? Yep. Rosemary's going to love this window.
Oh, yeah.
Can you move your head? You're eclipsing the view. The whole view in the design was facing west toward the mountains. It's because that's worth $1 million. Today we're building the gate that's going to be at the front of the property. This is the first thing people will see when they pull up to the ranch. But I wanted to stack it. This is kind of a modern twist on what it would have been like 100 years ago. Dusty and Drew are helping me put this together. Dusty actually helped me design the gate because he knows exactly how it has to function. Dusty and Drew are helping you put this up?
That one's actually a little bit high.
You're standing talking to camera while we're doing all the heavy lifting.
That's good right there. All right.
We are really rolling now. Flooring is being installed, painting is happening. This is one busy job site.
What is your hair doing? There's no room in the house to do anything, so. It is not often that my hair moves. My hair is moving today. But I don't have the luxury of working inside because my guys are inside sanding down all the floors, so I cannot go in there because I'll just be in the way.
Make sure you're okay with your hair like that.
Sorry.
It's safe, yeah.
It's just too soft.
Nope.
So here, you be the wall. Hold it there, like that. And then it's pressure fitted, so this is gonna go in and hold it on the wall, like that. A couple of these guys on the side, pinch it in, but will it spin? No. I love designing around conversation pieces. All of these buckles are the ultimate conversation pieces. So I know when Rosemary and Tom move back in, already the home feels like home. It's got their stuff in it. I'm actually embarrassed to show up in a stretch limo. They replaced our vehicle. I didn't order this. Thank you very much. Yeah. I had no sleep last night. We were out all night for an awards show, and it was kind of nice to have this because I laid out, had a nice nap. So I'm not going to complain. I did emails.
How was prom?
Prom was nice.
Oh, yeah?
It's totally a prom.
It is a good thing Drew got some rest because we've got a big new fireplace to install.
We got this. I fought to put this in because they wanted to go with the original one. Just watch that. It doesn't kick out on the side. There you go. Instead of the old boxy stove-style fireplaces, I want to do something that's a little more European. It's got that round, slick feature on it. You don't see this in any of the other ranches. Oh, my God. This thing weighs a ton. Why the hell does it weigh so much?
What it is, it's a full steel fireplace.
How much does it weigh?
About 465 pounds.
Once it's installed, if they want to swivel it, it swivels
15 degrees either way.
Yeah. This is not your grandfather's fireplace. I like to pave the way. This is cool.
The main house is going to look very different by the time we're finished with it. So now we've got to pick out some new furniture to match.
I want stuff that's ranchy but upscale. It needs to be country cozy. No, not modern futuristic. There you go. Yeah. Entertain me, Jester. Make me laugh. No. Oh, don't drop on the ground. It's in the store. I love bringing JD with me to do time-sensitive work.
I am like an arrow, straight to the point. No faking.
I was going to really try and come with a witty comeback, but I got nothing. I found the first piece.
No, I found the first piece.
I'm looking over here, and I think between this couch, this dining room table, and that chair,
I want to do the bench, 3 side chairs, 2 captains, and this table. Actually, if we take a picture of this right here, that's exactly what I would want to do.
Well, you guys just ruined the picture by getting in it.
All right.
That's Jonathan trying to make the picture sexy.
I like it.
That That is awesome. I want to see what it looks like from the road. That's what I want to see. Now people actually not drive by and miss the property. Now they'll know where they have to stop. Let's wrap it up. Finn, come on.
Things are really starting to take shape here at the ranch. Kitchen cabinets are being installed, finishing touches are happening, and it is very exciting.
Whoa! Whoa! You stole my look. If I'm going to go for a Jonathan look, it needs to be stylish. Hold on, whoa. You heard it here. He has been giving me a hard time my entire life for my style. And then what? When you wear it, it's fine?
But who makes it look good?
No. Ooh, super soft. This is high quality. This looks amazing. And you have so much storage. Look at this. All across the front. Job, well done. We are nowhere near done, but we are close.
We're officially in the home stretch of this ranch reno, and today is a big delivery day.
Even though overall the design's pretty traditional, got that country charm, I still want to make sure there's some sleek contemporary fixtures, and that's just going to balance it out a little bit. I love having a little bit of the new with a little bit of the old. Of all the rooms in the house, you want to make sure that the dining room has a really impressive fixture because that's the elegant area. That's where everyone sits down for a formal dinner. So you want to look at something that's just beautiful and makes a statement. Son of a gun. Brian, a little help?
Yeah.
Thank you. More. That's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. I mean, it's 60 inches. I will leave you guys to finish that.
All right, that should do it.
I think.
That looks good.
It does look good.
We are dressing this space up today. I'm the real estate guy, so staging and making it look perfect, that's my favorite part of any renovation.
Tommy still looks exactly the same. He's just got a little more salt and a little less pepper. You would think it just comes naturally to us at this point, but in reality, this is a very different design, and the tastes for these homeowners are very different than what we find in the city. Hey, always the show. Now you're just futzing. Come on, Snake. Oh, just get a nice big piece of artwork right there. Yeah. Can't say I've ever done wagon wheel buckle art before, but I think I'm pretty good at it.
We're finally finished the main floor of Tommy and Rosemary's log home, so we thought we'd invite JD over for a sneak peek.
Oh, yes.
Welcome. Ooh, am I in the right place? Oh, wow.
Middle of one of the largest renovations we've ever done, right here in the foothills of the Rockies, not far from where we grew up. Our good family friends Tommy and Rosemary live on this gorgeous 2,400-acre ranch. We've just completed a massive transformation on the main level of their log home, and now we're about to show it off to JD.
Oh, yes.
Welcome. Is this the Views place?
It is finally done.
So, are you going to take me on a tour of this place or what?
Let's stroll around. Have a look over here.
This front entrance was very dark, closed in, and totally dominated by knotty pine and clutter. Now it's far more welcoming, and the lighter paint color really helps brighten up the space while the raw slate tile maintains the rustic feel. Now it will be far more durable in the winter months. In the living room, we kept some of the original log home look, but the updated furniture and the restained floors have made a huge difference. We installed a larger window, and with all this new natural light, plus with the painted ceiling, the whole space feels so much bigger and brighter. Now it's the perfect view.
So was it your brilliant idea to have the dry grass sitting next to the fireplace?
I had to have something there.
I'm not a member of the fire department per se, but I do know when certain things are flammable and should not be next to a fireplace.
Rosemary really wanted to keep the original rock wall with their brand, and I think the new sleek fireplace adds a unique contemporary look to this part of the living room.
The dining room.
The old dining room was dark and the decor was pretty outdated. Now the new furniture and updated lighting really enhances the space.
This table that I personally found and personally put in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it was your choice, was it?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, you picked a good table. I love it. I love the contour to it. The bench as well, the captain's chairs.
One of the most dramatic differences in layout is the new sightline from the living room straight through the dining room to the kitchen.
This is my proudest achievement.
This is like the flagship of your design.
Oh, absolutely.
This space had some serious issues. Inadequate support beams and that ugly bulkhead were not helping the flow of this part of the home. We installed 2 new support beams, and with the bulkhead gone, the ceiling is now flush. This also allowed us to reclaim the space from the old 4-piece bath to create a powder room, a main floor laundry just for Rosemary, and extra storage. The old kitchen was walled in and pretty claustrophobic. We created enough space in here to replace the old tiny island with a massive new quartz one. It's something Rosemary really wanted, and I think she's gonna love it.
This kitchen is top of the line, yet it still has that comfortable home feel.
Beautiful.
This is Command Central. So you're grilling, griddling, flipping, frying, whatever you're doing.
Throwing them out to the plates.
Exactly.
You have 5.
Hey, I'm serving.
He's doing his boxercise or something.
This is almost like a teppanyaki kind of grill sort of thing.
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard that term. I just thought it was
Teppanyaki.
special part of the sushi restaurant.
No. I am so much more cultured.
I have nothing else to add.
Just beyond the island used to be a bit of a catch-all TV room. Now it blends beautifully with the kitchen, yet it still is clearly defined. A cozy and inviting TV room, the perfect spot to relax with family and friends.
Hey, I don't know why you guys are sitting down. We're not done. This space, the main floor is ready for the party, but we have to work on upstairs.
Yeah, that's good. You could have another 30, 40, 50, 100 people in here and still not feel cramped.
30, 40, 50,
100. Thousands.
50.
Let's see how many people we can squeeze into this house for this party.
50, 100 people? That's 5,000 people.
50, 100.
That's what you said.
No, I said 10, 20, 30, 50, 100. Drew can't count.
Apparently I can't.